Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, Simon suggested that I live solve Wednesday's puzzle, so I'm going to have a go at that and we'll see how it goes. So today, this is yesterday's, so the puzzle for Valentine's Day, maybe there was a Valentine's theme or something. Officers plan again to retreat. No. Pole's few lines of poetry. Ooh, verse and canto, no. Spoke favouring reform, not conservative. So that's radical without the C, gives us radial, which is a spoke. One across. So plan again is something to retreat, but an officer ending in ER, there's quite a few of those. Plan, map. Can't think of a four-letter word for that. Reduce something bloody, having got back in time. Looked at team getting embarrassed after trick. Considered con side red. That's fine. So, sorry about that, bit of an interruption, but back on the puzzle now. Considered, so 6 down. Short chum sits on meadow squashing one part plant. So that's budlier because it's buddy without the Y and then Lee around I. Endless chatter about a fellow's clubs. No, 9 across. This would be useful. Tribe has must be an anagram. Bewildered language expert. Oh, come on, Hebraist. That'll be the answer. Expert in Hebrew. 5 down. Several faiths TV represented. Another anagram. Harvest Festival, a religious celebration. 7 down, beginning with A. Strong tastes, first to last. So tangs becomes angst if the first goes to the last. Trader giving one artist supply. That's an anagram of stationer. So 10 across. Island for the Knobs, featured in back issue of periodical. That's Guam, U in mag backwards. Reduce something bloody, having got back in time. Arrogate, gore, derogate. Does that reduce? That would be something, but in date. Yes, I think that's right. Now, this endless chatter about a fellow's clubs. Lathies are clubs in India. Why? A fellow. Endless chatter, talk, and then his. Right, okay. Pole's few lines of poetry. An ode. Ooh, that's not easy. Sure to be upset following party conversation. Discourse, disco, and an anagram. And then this one across, so it must be redraw, plan again, and that gives us a warder, which I suppose can be an officer. Sheep runs, U and R. This person, that's probably me or I, is probing your old-fashioned thy food content. Oh, I am and thine. Wow, thiamine, which is a vitamin, I think. Poet's line 1 on compassion. Oh, that's the name of a poet, I'm sure. With something large in the environment, lose out completely. No. Resolved, meant to restrict cold with health-giving ingredients. Medical. Ooh, resolved. I think the resolved is meant. Bed or mattress contains dorm. It may be found here. 23 across. Melting tarmac starts to restrict some vehicles. Oh, starts to restrict some tram cars. Anagram and then R and S. 26 across, priest and French actor Levi Tati on performing and levitation is uplifting. It is medicated, I think. Resolved. Mediated. Okay, well, meant was wrong, but it led we towards medicaments, and that wasn't far away. Love appearing in underwear. Pantos. Zero O in pants, I mean. Perversion is sadism. Sad. M. 24 down. Cheats, rooks, and criminals, crooks without court. Base established. Cycle around it. Pedal around est gives us pedestal. 17. Inscribed within church window, maybe see night. Blacklit or something, I'm thinking there. What is stained glass? I don't know. Or there must be some word for being lit by stained glass. Traffic needs to speed up, heading trade, and that's dart upwards with E. Magical power of Weaver in story spoken of. Ooh. Magical power of Weaver. Reminds me of Rumpelstiltskin. Affected by bugs, get cold after first day of month. Sept 1 and cold, septic. 17 down. Cold's been used twice as C in this puzzle. Inscribed within church window, maybe see night. Lancelot, he fits. Church. Not quite sure why, but he's such a good fit there. A poet's line, one on compassion. Compassion feels like care, but line 1. Literate? No. Ooh, 14 again. With something like wholesale, lose out. There's an anagram in whale. Okay. It's 25 across. Magical power of Weaver in story spoken of. Is there a famous or magical power? Something A, something A. I'm thinking of something voodoo or Ouija or magical power. Weaver in story. I think we're looking for a homophone of some famous weaver in a story, but I'm not sure I know who that is. Poet's line 1 on compassion. That's Lovelace. I think Lovelace was a poet. Line L-ace following love. Now, magical power of Weaver in story spoken of. Magical power. I should know a 4-letter word for magical power. A weaver in a story. I mean, there's a weaver in Midsummer Night's Dream, but he's snug or sly or bottom or something. I'm thinking it ends in K-A, so the magical power is a jacker or a cucker. Weaver in story. Weaver. Weaver in story. Just maybe short of the knowledge here. That's annoying. The magical power. So let's kind of run the alphabet. On this letter. Abba, Aka, Ada, Aya, Afa, Aga, naga, aha, aya, aja, aka, ala, ama, ana, apa, papa, aka, ara, asa, ata, awa, ava, owa, axa, aya, maya, Gaza. Whoa, I just don't think I know this. Magical. This is probably why Simon was wanting me to do this puzzle live. How is one ever going to come up with this? Magical power. Weaver in a story. I think I'm going to have to try and think of who the weaver in a story could be. There's Charlotte's Web. Arachne. Saga. It's a story. Spider-Man. Weaver. What famous weavers are there? Who was the woman in Rumpelstiltskin? Don't think she's got a name. Who else did weaving? Magical power. Do I? Karma? No. It's not spelt that way, is it? As I say, I think it could end in AKA. Maka. That is very hard. I'm looking for Nina's in case that might help. Very unlikely. No, magical power of Weaver in story spoken of. Kata. Kazakaya. Kava. Weaver in story. Who is famous for weaving? Or what's the magical power? I don't know either. Llama. It's very hard to even guess at an answer here. I just don't have a clue what it's getting at. Magical power. Kaka. Very unlikely. It's a bit odd that I don't know this word if it means magical power. I would normally have come across short words in Chambers at some point over time. Let's run the alphabet on the first letter as well. B-A something A. C-A, Carver. D-A, Dada. E-F-A, Fire, Farga. G, Gaza. Gaza? No. Gaia. H, Haka. Haka. Mana. Silas Mana. He's a miser. But was he a weaver? Mana might be a power. I'm going to go for it. There we go. Let's see how we did. Not too worried about the 2 or 3 minutes I lost at the start now, because that's taken an awful long time. I wonder if there's any chance of Mana being right. Yes! Wow. Silas Mana. Okay, I haven't read the George Eliot novel. I have come across Silas Marner defined quite a few times in puzzles, always as a miser. I didn't know he was a weaver, but obviously that's what he was doing. And Marner as a magical power? Oh, it does ring the faintest of bells now. It is, and I mean, that's kind of why I went with it. It is something that could be a magical power. I think there's some derivative of it that I do know. Maybe connected with... No, I think it sounds more Hawaiian or something like that as a derivation, so probably not connected with anything I know much about. That's very hard. I'm sure that 25 across Mana is the reason Simon suggested that I solve this live, and I hope he's been rewarded by those struggles. But on the other hand, I'm quite rewarded by finishing it correctly. But look at that time. This, I can tell you, is the first puzzle this year that's taken me over 10 minutes, even allowing for a kind of 2.5 minute gap at the start. I think we're looking at a solving time of 14.5 minutes, of which I'm guessing, and I mean, you can check the timing here, probably 7 or 8 minutes were spent on that last answer alone. What a toughie. I'm quite pleased to have got it right, I have to say. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this Cracking the Cryptic. Bye.